Thank you very much for this excellent pronunciation. um, Indeed, I was Minister of Foreign Affairs in the past in the Netherlands. Afterwards, I was Minister of Economic Affairs, Agricultural and Innovation, and Deputy Prime Minister of the Netherlands. But since a year and a half ago, I left politics. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's here.
Somewhere.
Okay, sorry.
Through. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Since a year and a half ago, I left politics, and now I'm president of an employers' organization in the Netherlands, the Building and Construction organization. Well, it's one of the main employers' organizations in the Netherlands. But I'm not speaking here as chairman or president of this organization. I'm speaking here indeed as a former minister of the Dutch government. And I'm delighted to be here at this conference. While preparing for today's speech on cultural diplomacy, I was reminded of my first speech in Berlin. And it was in 1989, and I was member of the European Parliament. And I spoke to Eastern German people of the Neue Demokratie, who were at the eve of entering the political field in the new Germany after the fall of the Berlin Wall. So long before we used the word cultural diplomacy, we at that time used actually cultural diplomacy to overcome the differences between Eastern and Western European citizens. Citizens who lived for years separated by a wall. And now we are unified in a single European Union. I would like first to talk about the context of diplomacy in the 21st century, what kind of world we are dealing with, and in what spirit should we go about managing our affairs. I will touch on the ways in which cultural diplomacy and engagement with ordinary people in foreign countries in an effort to build a positive relationship based on common principles and common interests will contribute to overcome differences. And I will conclude by pointing to the added value of cultural diplomacy. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in uncertain times. Globalization may not be a new phenomenon, but the speed, inevitability, and the totality of the process as we now know it are unprecedented. Never before has commerce been so intensive in its practice and so global in its scope. Never before have so many people and so much money crisscrossed the world with such speed or in such numbers. And helping this entire process along has been the radical transformation of communication technology known as the IT revolution. So in itself, globalization is neither good nor bad. It's morally neutral. It's happening, and you can't get away from it. Our interconnectedness or interdependence has, of course, brought us many benefits. Trade and investment, for one. As a trading nation with an open economy, the Netherlands certainly gains from the fact that the world has grown smaller. About 3/4 of our GDP is earned abroad through trade and investment. But the impact of globalization goes far beyond economics. Think of the opportunities that rapid communication and the democratization of access to information provide to hundreds of millions of people around the world. This is the age of connectivity. The World Wide Web provides countless ways to access information and connect with like-minded people all over the world. So thanks to internet, local and global have become two sides of the same coin. And this can be good, and it can be bad. Just as you can spend hours surfing the net to find all manner of information and to contact people, so can terrorists. Instructions for a would-be suicide bomber can be sent around the globe just as easily as a recipe for apple pie. A smaller world means that some of our problems have become bigger. We can no longer escape the world at large. The challenges facing us in the 21st century all transcend national boundaries. And these are not trivial matters, they are extremely serious issues. There is the financial and economic crisis which the world has yet to resolve. There is climate change, international terrorism, proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, including nuclear technologies and nuclear materials, pandemics. No country in the world is immune to these problems, and they can potentially affect people in all corners of the globe. So uncertainty has thus become our insistent 21st century companion. And with uncertainty comes unease. People worry about their position in the world, here and elsewhere. We wonder how much control we still have over our own lives. Our jobs, our security, our environment, and our identity all seem to be under pressure. The world is changing, and we are losing our grip on what is near and dear to us, and that makes us insecure and anxious. And the Dutch are not the only ones plagued by doubts and searching for identity. According to the French philosopher Dominique Moisy, 3 emotions define the times we live in: hope in Asia, humiliation in the Middle East, and fear in Europe and North America. In several European countries, diversity has come to be viewed not so much as a source of cultural enrichment, but as a threat. Many people fear radicalization, and their fears are fueled by international terrorist attacks in the names of Islam. And this, together with a general feeling of unease caused by globalization, has resulted in rising tensions between groups of people with different cultures, customs, and beliefs. And these tensions are disguised by or denied by some, and are fueled by others. And I believe both responses are wrong. Downplaying tensions does not do justice to people's legitimate concerns. And fueling conflict, on the other hand, is equally irresponsible. So we should not condemn other cultures